Yes, yes, Impactors. Welcome to Online Impact. Hey. Hey. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just chilling out. It's a Tuesday night. Not a lot to do, so I'm pretty bored, to be fair. But what are you doing that for? Didn't you know that at 7:30 till 8:30, there's the Impact social rooms? Everyone kind of gets together, hangs out, plays some games, that sort of thing. Oh yeah, that YouTube man mentioned it. Yeah, every Tuesday, 7:30 till 8:30. Sounds all right to me. Yeah, sounds good. I'll probably come along. Awesome. Well, just remember, 7:30 till 8:30 on Tuesday nights. They're resetting the social rooms this week, so maybe there'll be something new or something old that you'll be interested in. Just before we start with the Upside Down Kingdom series, I just need to read out a statement for last week at Impact. Dear beloved Impactors, I, Marco Hipwell, want to fully apologise for my actions last week at Friday Night Impact. In the video that I recorded, I foolishly predicted that Impact would defeat the Challenge Master in the competition that he set for us. My actions were silly, they weren't thought through, and they were immature. I foolishly believed that Impact would be able to defeat the Challenge Master, and therefore said in last week's video that we did. I was wrong. I am truly sorry for my mistake. As if I would ever imagine that these useless tools would be able to beat the Challenge Master. P.S. The Challenge Master is the best ever. He cannot be beaten. I really hope that you leveled the score with him this week, guys.
The Challenge.
Well, now that that's out of the way, let's look at the Bible. Join me for the Upside Down Kingdom. Now, as we start this video, we need to remember something really important from the last video. Remember that we started off with verse 3, that they inherit the kingdom of heaven, and then at the end, they inherit the kingdom of heaven, and everything else that is involved in the middle is kind of sandwiched in between those two things. So as we keep looking at these verses, we need to remember and understand that it's not moving away to different types of people. What we're getting in the Beatitudes is a full picture of Jesus' kingdom and a full picture of what it looks like to be someone who is in Jesus' kingdom. The last two videos have focused very inwardly. We've recognised that we are spiritually skint and we should feel rock bottom about our sin. But this week we start looking a bit more outwardly, seeing how we react outwardly to other people. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. God gives a big thumbs up, God approves of, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. I don't know about you, but meek sounds like such a biblical word. I don't think I've ever heard anybody use the word meek or describe someone as meek before in my life. So I've been looking around, I've been trying to figure out what Jesus means when he uses this word meek. And I've come up with this. Meek is being calm, collected, and gentle as oak. I think sometimes we think of a gentle person as the quiet person in the corner of the room who doesn't say anything, doesn't get involved in any conversations, just kind of keeps themselves to themselves. That isn't the kind of gentleness that we're talking about here. It's also definitely not the opposite, the person who is loud and brash and says what they want without thinking about other people. No, when Jesus uses this word meekness, he wants to capture that gentleness, the response that you have to other people, no matter the circumstance, no matter the situation. Are you gentle with them? We then need to take a look at this calm and collected nature, someone who doesn't crack under pressure, who doesn't flip out instantly, but also that other person who keeps it close to their heart. Although they may never say it, in their heart they feel such anger towards people. I was trying to think of some examples of where we could maybe see meekness in action, for you guys and for me to better understand what it means. Think of the person on the sports team who is clearly the best. Maybe it's football, maybe it's cricket, maybe it's basketball. They often hog the limelight. They're trying to hog all the glory. They want to keep the ball. They want to make sure that they're the one who makes the difference. How do you feel in response to that person? Think about that for a moment. Think about that popular person at school who loves to gossip, loves to make fun of you for no reason, and just give you evil looks or laugh at you. What do you feel towards that sort of person? Have a think about that one too. Okay, think a little closer to home instead. Think about your friendship group. Think about those people. There's always someone in a friendship group who you kind of disagree with more than others. There's always some topic that you will disagree on. Maybe it's politics, maybe it's football, maybe it's your opinion on music that you like or don't like. How do you feel about that person when they start getting quite loud, quite vocal about what they believe, what they think is right? How do you respond to those people? Does it get your back up a little bit? Does it get you a little bit annoyed at them? Does it make you feel that kind of rage inside? And that's where in this beatitude, straight away, we can see that Jesus' kingdom is an upside down kingdom to what we're used to. That sort of gentle, meek reaction to someone isn't how we normally feel towards them. And we also know that our kingdom, our world right now, doesn't operate in the same way as Jesus is. Think about some big mantras that the world tells you. You need to fight for your dreams. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Think of the most powerful people in the world. Does calm, collected, and gentle as oak describe them? Think about the most influential people at school, the people that everybody knows their name. Does calm, collected, and gentle as oak describe them? And so this beatitude actually is something that we really like. It's a world that we really want. There is part of us that wants the more vulnerable to do well in life. We really want people to get a fair opportunity without kind of being suppressed by other people above them. We want more meekness, more gentleness in the world. But as I've been thinking about this, our motives aren't entirely pure. A lot of the time we want other people to be meek. And when the claim's put back at us, we don't really want to be meek ourselves, or at least any more meek than what we already are. Think of the best person in the sports team again, the ball hog, who hogs the limelight. We say, yeah, we want them to be a bit more meek, but why? So that I get a little bit more of the ball? So that I get a little bit more of the focus? Or think about the popular kid at school. If they were a little bit more meek towards me, then that would be great. You know, I'd get a little bit more respect. People wouldn't laugh at me. I'd have someone really cool and really popular thinking that I was all right. And what about that person in the friendship group, the person who always disagrees and is loud and vocal about that? Well, if they were a bit more meek, then that would look really good for me. You know, I'd be able to vocalise what I wanted to vocalise. I'd be able to share what I believe. Whilst we want the world to be a little bit more fair and a little bit more even, we also know that if we got a little bit more power, that would put us in a bit of a better position. And deep down, I really, really want that. How bad must my heart be to see something as beautiful as gentleness and want to turn that into self-gain and a little bit more power for myself? We're okay with the instruction that everybody else needs to be a little bit more meek, a little bit more gentle. But for me to be a little bit more meek and a little bit more gentle, to the ball hog, to the popular kid, to the person that I disagree with in my friendship group, that's where it feels really hard, hey? That's where it feels like, I'm not sure I want this meekness, Jesus. Because I know that I'm pretty gentle anyway. And if I'm any more gentle, Jesus, they're gonna walk all over me. Deep down, power now, or a little bit more gentleness from everyone else, will benefit me in this earth. And that is where Jesus' kingdom is completely upside down. It's the gentle who inherit the earth, not the aggressive, not the strong, not the powerful, but the gentle. And clearly Jesus isn't talking about this earth, inheriting this earth that we're living on now, because as we've seen, this world don't work that way. But Jesus promises that there will be a new heaven and a new earth. And in that new earth, it's the gentle who will get it. I think there is a really helpful Bible story here that helps us to understand what it means to be meek in all those circumstances. It is when Jesus, towards the end of his earthly life, rides into Jerusalem. Jerusalem here is the capital. It is the holy place, as it were. There are wanted posters up all around with Jesus' face and name on it. The Pharisees and scribes, they're there. Their Bible is in hand and they are ready to condemn Jesus. I'm going to war with him. Whatever he has to say in response, I'm going to have something against him. He will die. All of the Roman soldiers are there. They can feel the tension. They've got their swords at the ready and they are mounted on their horses, waiting. A war's coming, I can feel it. All the people are knowing, thinking, hey, Jesus is that coming king. The coming king who's going to change everything for us. Maybe this is the part where he comes and wins. And as they look out towards Jerusalem, out of those big city gates, what do they see? Not a battle horse, not an army of warriors, but Jesus walking in on a slow and smelly donkey, calm, collected, and gentle as oak. He walks into Jerusalem knowing full well what the people want to do to him. Yet in that, how does he respond? Well, he stays calm, collected, and gentle, knowing that as he rides into Jerusalem, he looks silly, he looks slow, and he looks nothing to be scared of. As he stands in front of Pontius Pilate and is told to defend himself, he stays silent like a lamb. As he goes to the cross, he does not accept any sort of pain relief. Instead, he hangs there. Jesus stays calm, collected, and gentle as oak, in order to allow people like you and me who might trust in him to inherit that new earth. For those of you who are watching this video who are Christians, a helpful thing that I've tried to kind of remember as I've been thinking about this passage is this. What would it look like to walk into this situation riding on a donkey? Let's think of those three examples as we finish off here. The ball hog, the best person on the team. What would it look like to ride into that situation on a donkey? What about the popular kid at school who kind of makes fun of you? What would it look like to ride into that situation on a donkey? What would it look like for that person in the friendship group who you always disagree on about something? What would it look like to ride into that situation on a donkey? And you know what? Riding in on a donkey into those situations might make you feel really weak. It might make you feel really small. Your status might go through the ground. But you know what is to come. You know that the meek King Jesus is bringing in a new kingdom, a new earth, where gentleness and meekness will define it. It will be the world that we want right now. Jesus says that there is a change of heart of his people. A change of heart where they look at being meek. They look at the meek King Jesus and they go, I know I'm not going to get anything here, but man, Jesus is awesome. I want to follow him. He treats me with meekness, even though I treat him and others with the opposite. The poor in spirit who feel rock bottom about their sin and who look to others and are calm, collected, and gentle as oak. They will inherit Jesus' kingdom. They will inherit the new earth because they see the King and they love the King and they listen to the King and say, although it may gain me nothing now, I get you in your kingdom next, Jesus. And that is brilliant for me. The meek shall inherit the earth because the meek King Jesus stayed quiet, calm, collected, and gentle as oak to secure that new earth for people who trust in him. Thanks for watching Online Impact this week. Don't forget that when you go back over to the Zoom call, there'll be a Slido question for you to answer there to help kick off our discussion group questions. Remember that on Tuesday at 7:30 till 8:30, the social rooms will be opening. Just go to impactyouth.co.uk and the information for how to log on will be there. We'll be starting some new rooms, so there'll be new choices for you guys to take part in. Come along to it. There's loads of impactors who come. That's all for this week. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.